Good evening, Football New South Wales League One men's fans. We're definitely in the business end of the 2026 season. We're in the Inner West at Majors Bay Reserve for the main game in this round of the men's second-tier action. It is Inter Lions hosting Bankstown City Lions. It's Eric Subihano on the commentary, and I'm delighted to say that once again I am joined by League One men's reporter Justin Smith, who is in position alongside us. And Justin, firstly, I suppose let's get the obvious bit out of the way. Another big day for Bankstown City Lions as they try to keep pace with Northern Tigers, who are in second place.
Yeah, it's a pretty putting pressure on the Northern Tigers, where they sit 2 points behind them currently. Yes. And they're pretty confident coming into this one.
Yes, and of course trying to reverse the result from when these two teams played back in round 13 at Jensen Park, a 3-0 win for Inter against Bankstown. And of course the context, just a bit of a reminder, perhaps for the newer fans to the league, is that the team that finishes second will earn a two-leg promotion relegation playoff with the team who finishes 15th or second last in NPL men's, and that will decide which one of those teams plays in the top tier next season. On that note, congratulations again to Blacktown Spartans for earning promotion after victory last night, coincidentally, against Inter. So I think we have supposed to have just enough time to go through the two sets of teams. Firstly, for Inter Lions, coached by Nick Poreka. In goal is number 1, Evan Davis. At the back, we're expecting number 24, Alessio Chenchig. Number 77, the captain, Owen Duke. Number 14, Zach Svilagoy, and number 20, Malcolm Ward. In midfield, number 8, Patrick Sibilio, number 17, Brian Jamba, and number 13, Thomas Whiffen. And in attack, number 53, Vincent Fidele, number 18, Mitchell Smith, and number 10, James Corey. Subs to come perhaps a bit later on in the broadcast. Let's go through the Bankstown starting lineup just before things get underway. So in goal for them, number 1, Mario Alexic. In defence, number 3, Shun Maeta. Number 4, Tomislav Ushkok. Number 20, Blake Rashudo. And number 2, William Much. In midfield, number 6, Joshua Brillante. Number 8, Isaac Danzo. And number 10, Biantoniu. And in Bankstown's attack, number 26, Promoter Kamada. Number 7, Alek Urashevsky. And number 11 is Ryan Fuchs. So, usual... Oh, by the way, Bankstown City, coached by Pani Nikas. What a player he was, by the way. Hoping to become a great coach as well. And yes, Northern Tigers, 2 points ahead of Bankstown as we started the day, and their game against the Bulls, it was a 4:30 kickoff, was it not, Justin?
A 5 p.m. kickoff.
Or 5 p.m. Oh, that's a 5 p.m. kickoff. So,
I was just about to say, if you've got your bingo card out, one of the nets seems to need fixing, which is...
yeah, and thanks to our camera operator, Gavin, we've got pit stop of our own, Justin.
Yep.
And he's changed the XLR cable expertly, so hopefully you're hearing us a bit better now. But so there's a last-minute fixes all over the place, apparently, Justin. But yes, on your bingo card, the nets needed readjusting. Now, before this game, not a youth game, it was actually a nice surprise. It was, a grand final in the local Canterbury District comp. I had a look at the trophy, over 45 Division 3, I think. And congratulations to Enfield, a 2-0 win over Concord. So there we go. That's a different type of curtain raiser to what we're used to, but always good when a trophy's on the line. And of course, in local football, as in the state leagues, it is that time of year when the big things are decided. So while the net is still being fixed, by the way, it's the usual kit for Inter Lions, the blue and black, or the Nerazzurri, as some people might call it, and away kit for Bankstown City, the predominantly white playing strip. So I think while all of this is going on, two sets of substitutes. Firstly for Inter, backup keeper is Patrick Foraker. The other players we may see later for the home side, Stephen Athanaseris, Michael Manwon, Antonio Caruana, Thomas Dobieski, Daniel Sramek, and Harry Peak. while for Bankstown, their backup keeper is Jackson Jarnett. The others on the bench for the visitors, Adrian Kinez, Alexander Gvozdenovic, Jeffrey Issa, Jason Tchaikovsky, Jesse Forti, and Liam Mavridis. There we go. I timed that just about perfectly. There's the whistle. Away we go. For Bankstown, wanting to keep the pressure on Northern Tigers and also wanting to stay ahead of MacArthur Rams, who are probably the third team, you'd say, Justin, in this race for the promotion relegation playoff spot, earned by virtue of finishing second in the league after 30 hard-fought rounds.
Yeah, we might as well get a shout-out early to next week's match of the round.
Oh, yes, please do.
Northern Tigers against MacArthur Rams. So probably the best fixture on paper remaining in the season.
Yes. Is that at North Tarramara?
Yep.
Are you calling it?
No.
Yes, okay. Well, there we go. So, big one at North Tarramara in 7 days' time. But first, his in-swinging corner. Bankstown have won an early kick from the flag, which is delivered, and decent enough punch before Fidele sends it up into the sky, and Inter able to step up. So much. The header. And it's going to be settled by Bankstown. Decent enough ball, looking for Maeta overlapping down the left-hand side, but it's out for a goal kick. By the way, on that note, MacArthur, thanks for correcting me, Justin, they had the 4:30 kickoff today. They are at home at Linwood Park. I almost call it Linwood Stadium, but Linwood Park. They're hosting already promoted Blacktown Spartans. And I will run through the list, or the full set of games for this weekend in League One Men's Round 28. And an early plug for Justin's League One Men's Round 28 review. That'll be available, I'd say, Sunday evening via the NPL New South Wales Facebook page. Now, decent run, I think, to Antonio, and it's Jambar who used his body, and it will be another inter-goal kick.
Just a pre-game conversation we were having was how Inter would line up, and first thing which is noticeable is Yamba's lining up at centre-back.
Yes, so there we go. Didn't take me long to get something wrong. Owen Juki told me he has played a centre-back this season, so that was my kind of guess for him to be at the heart of Inter's backline alongside Zach Svilagoy, but instead it is Brian Jamba, and that is definitely one of the many positions Brian Jamba can play. So as Svilagoy works it back to Evan Davis, it's up. Hoots can't make it stick. Ball is up. Good first touch, right by halfway, right in front of our filming position. And I think that's Sibilio. Back to Chenchik, and now Jamba. So, it's the question. Okay, so the interformation, I said at the start of the game, there's at least 3 things wrong with it from what I can see, but I'll try and correct that for you later as hand up from Mario Alexic, Bankstown custodian, just calming things down. So Owen Duke looks to be in attack alongside James Curry and Mitchell Smith. That would put Vincent Fidele in midfield. Good body strength from Ryan Fuchs. Kept his balance. Much. Straight to Jamba for Inter. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Eric Subihano calling League One Men's Round 28 action with Justin Smith. Inter versus Bankstown City from Majors Bay Reserve. Smith will keep going with Whiffen. Fidele now finding Malcolm Ward overlapping down the far side. Here's Duke, back to Ward. Okay, I think late contact on Mitchell Smith, but he's back up and running. And there we go, good shape from Bankstown. Allowing no gaps, and then back to the keeper so Inter can start again. Also liking Justin, looking at that scoreboard, the background is blue, not white, so we won't get blinded by sunsets. That can be a challenge with at least one team in our various state competitions when they play night games, and you don't want to look directly into the scoreboard.
Of course, both these sides do have reasons why they could win this one as well. Like
yes.
Inter have lost just one of their last 8 home games at this venue. And Bankstown City are on a unbeaten streak.
8 games,
back.
yes.
So the loss to the Spartans.
Yeah, which is the last time they were on a stream, was it not?
Nah.
Oh, no. Oh, there's been 2 bits. Okay, my bad. But yes, definitely one of the previous times they were on a stream. Yeah, they did lose 4-1 to the Spartans, but since that game in June, just 5 wins and 3 draws. And I did the maths earlier, 18 points from a possible 24 since then, keeping themselves in the promotion relegation playoff spot battle. As there's a run from Brillante to the edge of the box. Shoots left-footed. It is blocked by, I think, off Chenchik in the end. As controlled by Ushkok, and the ball tried to move it to the left. It was intercepted by Wood, and it's Duke into skipper, away. And needs a run, a strong run from Duke. Brought down by Ushkok. Into set piece coming up. We're going to be about 30 yards out from goal. Now, the position just right of centre would favour a left-footer, but I don't think Inter have a left-footed set-piece expert. However, actually, no, there's Thomas Whiffen. There we go. Second, that's my second mistake. Not even 6 minutes played. Good. It's going well for me, but yes, actually, the intent, Zach Villigoy was running up. I thought he might want to have a go from the dead ball, but instead he's going to lend his height to this set-piece situation. So it's Whiffen looking at a 3-player wall in front of him as Alexic concentrates. It's over the wall and wasn't too far away, but Alexic was not worried enough to dive. Goal kick. Yeah, good run from Duke, though. He started well inside his own half and a lot of pace and putting Bankstown under pressure. I think that would please the intercoach, Nick Poreka.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, they were a bit disappointed with last week's result, but at the same time, it is a tough venue to go to, Blacktown.
Oh, yes.
They're more comfortable on this sort of pitch.
Yep, yes. As Smith tries from range, and Alexic was about 10 yards off his line, but that was always going over the bar. But decent opportunistic try from Smith there.
They are a pretty exciting team to watch as well.
Yes, yeah. And yes, it must be said, you mentioned this, I think, before we called the last game, Spartans versus Inter on Friday. The job Nick Poreka has done, Inter lost their first 7 games, didn't win till round 12 or something like that. But Nick Poreka has led them to safety. It is not them in the battle to try and avoid relegation to League 2. We cover that briefly. That'll be between Prospect and the Rangers, because what's the situation as Rashudo intercepts, and then it's out for a Bankstown throw. Prospect, they're in bottom. They're in the automatic relegation spot, bottom place at the moment. They are away to Rydalmere, 6:30 p.m. kickoff tonight. While Rangers only a point above Prospect, they're in the promotion relegation playoff spots. Rangers host Hills United 7 p.m. at Popondetta Park, Field 1. So,
yeah, just covering bases there. They are pretty much safe, but Dulwich Hill are the only team you would potentially put in that.
But 7-point gap between them?
I believe it's 6 points.
Okay, yes. But yes, with 3 rounds to go, Dulwich Hill not yet safe, and still plenty to play for Dulwich Hill. Yes, Dulwich Hill 6 points ahead of the Rangers, so in a reasonably safe position, as this will be a Bankstown free kick. All their tall players up from the back as Maeta sends it to the back stick. Ushkok rises, away by Chenchik. And offside has been called. Oh, yes, that reminds me. By the way, shout out to the third team, the match officials. In the centre with the whistle is Carl Davies. Assistant closest to us, Joshua Kermond. Assistant on the same side as the technical areas is Lindsay Edmonds.
Of course, we should mention, if you're new to watching Bankstown City, Funmai Aita is quite the player this season.
Yes.
You suggested player of the season in the club, at least.
Good. I like seeing attacking fullbacks.
Yeah.
So, and he certainly does a lot of that.
He also can play as a number 10 as well.
Yes, that's the rare left-back number 10 combination. Love to see that. Danzo. And I think that was Maeta helping it on to Kamada, but Kamada, as quick as he is, and if you've seen him play for what's his club? Sutherland, Sharks, Mount Druitt, No, it was Mount Druitt when he played for them. That's fine. We'll leave that. And also St. George City. Kamada, very good option for Bankstown to have on the left side of their attack. As the floodlights in... and
importantly, he's closer to full flight now.
Yes.
After an injury this season.
Yeah. Just in time for the run-in to the end of the season. Dropping Nibras Antonio. Bankstown trying to use the far side of the field, and it's going to be another run from Duke. This time it's a nice tackle from Danzo. Fuchs wants to switch, but Bankstown keep it far side. That's back with Rashudo. Now Brillante. In the center circle. Stays patient. Rushcock, now Maeta. Oh, sorry, my apologies. This is Maeta pressing now against Ward. Ward felt like he couldn't take the risk of letting it run out for a goal kick. Has kept it in play. And Danzo will sweep that up for Bankstown. For Inter get in the way. And it's headed calmly by Brillante back to Ushcock. Now, encouragement from one spectator for Rashudo to drive into the space. Tries the diagonal and away by Svilagoy. Now, that's Kamada with the cross. A free header. It's off the bar. It was a great ball, and it's actually still in play. Punch from Davis. Great movement from Antonio Justin. Just drifted between defenders, and he nearly gave Bankstown the lead.
Yeah, he's another player to watch on the field. I believe he's their top scorer this year.
Yes, as Duke will not get the decision he wants, but yes, by Antonio. Antonio, 13 league goals this season. He does lead his team.
This is a good period for the visitors there.
Yes, it is. The first of what you'd presume would be many for Motor Kamada crosses, nearly resulting in a goal, and here he is once again, as this time it's Whiffen, who will keep this in, and now he looks for some cuts inside. It's Ward. Now Sibilio. Whiffen again. Tries the switch. Will find James Curry. They double mark him. Curry gives it up. Now looking to go direct towards Ordashevsky. Jamba has it covered and sweeper keeper. Keeping work there from Davis. Calmly plays it out to Chenchi. Good tempo to this one, Justin. And that's why we love the men's second tier League One men's. And shout out to the real OGs who followed it when it was called NPL 2, New South Wales men's as well. Different name, same action-packed competition. Duke again, and we'll get to the edge of the box. Here's Owen Duke, and eventually, oh no, he still has it, lays it off. Videle just got his foot underneath it a bit, but again, Owen Duke to the fore for Inter, Justin.
I think one of the benefits of being at ground level is just noticing the intensity of play.
Yes.
Which becomes more apparent.
Yeah. That's good. It's nice. We're really nice and close to the action. Almost, if anything, well, I'm glad that the fence is going to protect my laptop that I'm watching the stream in as well, and all my various other gear, but Gavin, Justin, we've actually got to be alert, make sure we don't get hit with a stray ball or anything like that. Yes, yeah. Space fan by Fuchs. Takes a tumble. It will go on with Chenchig. And 50-51 by Duke. Plays it sideways to Ward.
Yeah, it was just a couple of weeks ago I actually had to save my phone from being hit by the ball.
Yeah.
At Pensas Park.
Yes. Yes, Penshurst Park, a former venue of this competition, but of course St. George City now in the top tier and one of what it feels like about 1 million teams that are trying to make the top 6. That is quite a cramped table in NPL men's. As Brillante looking for much. It's the first time we've really seen him overlapping. It's a decent ball to Antonio. Now gets it back. Antonio. Go on. And
I should pick you up on that Hurstville Zagreb player.
Oh, yes, it's still, yes. Sorry to Hurstville Zagreb. Yes, you are a Penshurst Park tenant as well. That reminds me, where I parked today, the Concordia Club, despite being next to Interline's home ground, the major sponsor of Hurstville Zagreb. So, yes, I was shocked to find that out, to be honest. Now, there's Maeta, there's Bankstown looking to find an entry into the box, but that will be easy for Davis. So, when Hurstville Zagreb play here, do Inter get like, the club next door presumably does a function for the away team, not the home team. I would assume.
Probably both.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because we all like making money. Of course they do. 0-0 between Inter and Bankstown, League One men's match of the round for round 28. 0-0. Oh yeah, and yes, cushion header there from Much. So Bankstown start again.
That's a ball you can expect to see a lot in this game.
Yes.
Cross-field ball to James Curry.
Yes. And yes, speaking of top, you mentioned a top scorer earlier. James Curry leads Interlines in the goal scoring tally this season with, and by the way, that's 12 out of 34, so he scored more than a third of Inter's goals for 2026 in the league. Now there's room for Rashudo, so a bit of a centre-back run. Rashudo looking to find the run of Antonio. And Antonio might get to the byline here. It's promising. And he's just let the ball run out at the end. Good ball from Rashudo, though, finding Antonio's run.
Yeah, they look sharp.
Yeah, yes, they do. And of course, Rashudo, like in his, what you might call it, his second stint in the state leagues after spending time overseas, Rashudo, I mean, mainly used as a defender, at least to my memory, but before he went overseas, he was very much a high-quality midfielder for Rockdale in the late 2010s. So, and as you saw there, he could definitely pass a football. Davis sends it to midfield. Touch off Bankstown for a throw-in. Jamba under pressure, goes back to Davis. Davis will try the left side with Chenchig. Now Curry gets turned past Much. Now Smith keeps it going. Chenchig does keep it in. Left back overlapping here. And then Curry stopped by Brillante. Tidy work from Brillante on the edge of his own box. And by the way, as that Brillante actually continuing the move. Antonio. And then it's broken up by Smith, but Svilagoy leaving it for Jamba to play forward. Fidele, and Fidele has won the free kick. By the way, a goal at Jensen Park, elsewhere in League One men, so the team you probably still call Berries, but Canterbury Bankstown leading Hakoah by a goal to 0. That was one of the 5 p.m. kickoffs. I think the other 5 p.m. kickoff we haven't mentioned yet is Newcastle Jets hosting Dulwich Hill. And one League One men's game tomorrow, 3 p.m., which is Central Coast Mariners hosting Hurstville Zagreb. Up to Smith. Rashudo challenges. Smith lunging to try and find a teammate. Now Sibilio for Inter. Player in space is Duke. Duke outside of the football, and Rashudo defending in the air. Now Ryan Fuchs, 2 ahead of him, but a lot of Inter players ahead of him as well. But he'll keep the run going. Ryan Fuchs through the middle, and Rushevsky was in space. The ball never got there, and it's a clean tackle. Although we might want to keep one eye on Ryan Fuchs as he's still laying on the synthetic turf. Inter happy to play on. Duke's in a one-on-one situation. Low shot blocked by Ushkok and away. And as Fuchs is standing up. There we go. After some contemplation over this, they do kick it out, although Ryan Fuchs back on his feet by now. So let's see, will the Bankstown physio come on? go. And then, right, because the physio wasn't come on, just Bankstown deciding the right thing to do is to give the ball back to Inter. So we mentioned, of course, this is big, Justin, in the promotion race, or at least the battle to get the promotion playoff spot. The other half of that race, there's been an interesting result today, which might tell you about after this attack plays out. Essentially, it's Fidele, now back heel from Sibilio, Whiffen. It's stopped by Rishudo. Now direct to Urushevsky. Urushevsky trying his best. Jamba's used his body well, and then the second defender is Filagoy to sweep it up. By the way, in NPL men's action, the 3 p.m. kickoff, this is big for the other half of the promotion relegation playoff spot battle. St. George FC have defeated the Wanderers Academy by 2-1. So as of right now, St. George FC have moved out of bottom spot, have they not? With Sydney Olympic, who are currently playing against Sydney United, 0-0 there. As of right now, Sydney Olympic are bottom in NPL men's. Up in the air, great jump by Duke, but then they'll just run through to Mario Alexic. But hey, at least Olympic will be in the championship at the end of the year. Anyway.
Yeah, looking forward. That playoff looks to be a spicy one, no matter who's in it.
Yes. It'd be those, of course, the two-leg promotion relegation playoff, both between this league and NPL and between this league and League Two. Though all those games to be played over the first 2 weekends in September. Maeta, I think that's Maeta at least, the cross, and it's up on the far side. Kamada, who switch flanks, retrieves the ball. Here's Much. Now, Brillante. And Rishudo.
Wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention the positive record League One has.
Oh, yes.
In the
Oh, please.
well.
Let's go through that in great detail. Easy for me to remember. There's only been 3 so far. But loss of footing at an unfortunate time as Inter tried to attack. And yeah, Kuri's okay. He's getting back to his feet. Oh, no, apologies. That's Kuri. Sibilio keeps it away from 2 Bankstown players. Here's Filagoy and out to Ward. Midway through the first half here at Majors Bay Reserve, still goalless between Inter Lions and Bankstown City Lions. Brillante, look over the shoulder. Uses the right side. Here's Much charging forward into the space. He leaves it for Kamada. Inter getting everyone behind the ball. Now, possible chance to break quick. They want to try that with Duke, but that's a big chase for him, and Ushkok very calmly plays it back to Alexic. Header from Svilagoy. Smith, nice header. Ward. It's Inter's turn for possession play and Bankstown's turn to have everyone behind the ball. Jamba looks for options. Now in the center of the field, that's Fidele. Gets the return ball from Duke. Now out on the far side, Malcolm Ward. That's nice. Fidele, decent crossing position. And ball has trickled over the byline. By the way, let me read out this score. On the Northern Beaches, Manly United 0, Spirit FC 1. Isn't that lovely, Justin? Also, other progress score I haven't said. Midway through the second half at Lambert Park, the home of Sydney's best barista. But it's Apia leading SD Raiders by 3-0. But that really is just a device for me to say congratulations to until recently, League One men's club SD Raiders. In case you hadn't heard, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday night, earning their first ever Australia Cup quarterfinal appearance with a penalty shootout win over MacArthur FC. And you made the point while during the game to me, Justin, that SD Raiders versus MacArthur FC Cup game, a lot of players who played in this division.
Yep, indeed. And firstly, what a job Goran
yes.
is doing.
He is.
They have improved immensely since their time in this league.
Yes, yes. And they play as well as he dresses on game days, it must be said. As Chenchik trying to use his body and shepherds it over the line, so Inter get the ball back.
It's one thing we talk about the teams that emerge from this division, but there's also an argument for coaches.
Yes.
The quality of coaches emerging from this division.
I got one, David Perkovic. That's me.
But Loboya,
yes.
I mean, Mark Milligan.
Yeah, actually, yep, that's true. Yep, well, we will happily claim Mark Milligan.
And there's several good coaches.
Andrew Christensen.
Yeah, several good coaches in this division now as well.
Might as well go back to current events right in front of us. Much with the ball forward. Jambar to Chenchik, and I think Inter pretty much found a way out with, as it's Sibilio, lofts one forward. Smith. Good ball speed from Inter. Is Whiffen. Now James Curry. Whiffen. Finding himself on the left side. Flattish cross. Ushkok stops it. Cooley plays it sideways to Rashudo. And as the shout comes from the Inter bench to press, little win there for Inter. They'll get the ball back inside Bankstown territory.
Yeah, this is more in line with what I was expecting last week from the Alliance. Yes. Just their ability to compete and their ball movement.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you'd expect it to be easier when a team's on their home synthetic turf, but yes. You mentioned Blacktown. It's a smaller pitch than what I think most teams would be used to. But, Spartans were excellent 8 days ago as they sealed the premiership title and, well, technically eligibility for promotion. But, we're expecting to see the Spartans in the top tier for 2027. Good header from Chenchik. And use it 4-4. And 50-50 incoming, but that's nice work. I think from Brian Fuchs, who has swapped wings with Fumoto Kamada. As Bankstown try to present Inter with a different challenge defensively. Danzo stands it up. That's a decent enough ball. Urashevsky shoots. It's parried, and there's no rebound chance. Evan Davis got the positioning and handling spot on. And we all know about Alek Urashevsky's goal-scoring talents. Great movement as well, but it's good goalkeeping. Now, with Bankstown not letting Inter get out of their own defensive half, although there's the first commentator's curse of the evening, as Inter will have the ball with a throw-in.
Yeah, even Urashevsky's goal count this year, 8, is pretty impressive considering the amount of time he's been out in as well.
Yeah, of course. Now, Bankstown win it high. Antonio. They keep it moving to Bankstown. Fuchs. Brillante joining the attack. Out wide to Kamada. Right-footed cross and headed away by Svilagoy. Now Fidele. Wants to start the quick break, and this might work out for Owen Duke. He's looking for some teammates. And Cooley just plays it back to Duke. And this feels like something go. When we called the round 1 League One men's match of the rounds, Jensen Park, how many minutes did Urashevsky take to score? 7? Something like that. It was... As Inter with James Curry. Takes that wide. Who's the touch off last? Off Inter last for a goal kick. Two balls on the field. And that will be kicked. See? if that's it's spun back onto the field. That's a well, that'll have to be looked after. But first, this Bankstown City attack. That's a decent ball. Now cut back. Urashevsky. It's blocked. Does he get a second chance? And now it's well, he's offside surely. Yeah, even from this position, I could tell he was offside. Can someone please get rid of that ball that's on the field? Yeah, it's sad.
It's very much opening up more than you expect in the first half of any game.
Yes, as Jamba might need some attention, by the way, so we will have a stoppage in play. And yes. So hopefully it's nothing too bad, because Jamba's a very important player for Interlions and a player with a lot of experience in this division.
Yeah, he's one player who's impressed in the first half hour.
Yes, he has. Physio not required, so Inter don't have to be down to 10 players for any length of time. Although, quick plug for the 3 NPL men's streams tomorrow. They're all at 3 p.m. Massive one at the Palace. Marconi hosting Sutherland Sharks. That's 3rd versus 4th. Also, Rockdale hosting Wollongong and Blacktown City hosting UNSW. As the cross comes in at the far post, James Curry with a header. And it's a cushion header, headed back pass. That's very coolly done. So Alex Sitt can fall on the ball. As we wait to see how this press works out. Ushkog played wide to Maeta. And down the line, snapped up by Svilagoy. And Bankstown have found a way out through Brillante. Kamada's the wide option. He'll be one-on-one with Chenchig. Brillante continues the run. Now, can they find the ball in from out wide? Low cross to the near post, and easily done there by Davis.
Yeah, you just wonder if Curry will want that again to head on target.
Yes.
Have a go.
Yes. I think probably Inter's clearest chance of the game so far. And they're trying to grab another one here with Mitchell Smith running down the far side. Cut back to Duke. Duke shoots and straight into a defender. And that will be, I believe, the home side's first corner of the evening. Wait, what other streams can I plug while I have the time? League One women's match of the round tomorrow, 5 p.m. Blacktown Spartans versus already promoted SD Raiders. So, what a time it's been for SD Raiders, by the way. From women earning promotion, men getting to the quarterfinals of the Australia Cup, and still in the race for first grade finals as well, despite how the game's currently going at Lambert Park. In swinging corner. I think that'll be Whiffen over there in the far corner to deliver as everyone's back for Bankstown. And aimed at the near post, side-footed away. Kamada is the furthest forwards, and he has got a lot of speed. He'll need all of that, and good discipline from Ward, but that's a positive result off defending a corner. They now have a throw-in just inside opposition territory.
Yeah, Malcolm Ward was a player I also singled out in the preview this week as one of the better players for Inter last week.
Yes, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Good, tidy operator. Unfussy, but, one of the kind of unsung hero every team needs, but he was getting the job done at right back for whoever he plays for. Inter will be glad to have Malcolm Ward's services. Big shout out to Dave tuning in. Just got the message. Yes, he loves this league as well. Who doesn't? So, some people would say it's the best league in the world.
I know Coach who's formerly been in this league who calls it that.
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
That's right.
As recently as last season. You did deductions.
Yes, so we've narrowed it down to 2 names for you. You can finish the job.
It's worth mentioning they are doing well as well, UNSW.
Yes.
Who have pretty much got safety in the top 2.
Yep.
So narrowed it down to 1.
Okay. UNSW, yeah. I mean, you remember this more than I do. They used to be in the 4th tier, and it wasn't that long ago. Then a reshuffle back to 3 tiers, and then 2 promotions in quick succession for UNSW. They're doing great as this intercept play ends up with the ball going through the box and retrieved by Bankstown.
Yeah, we touched on coaches who have done a good job.
Yes.
Gabe is among
Gabe
them.
Knowles. This
Gabe
is
Knowles.
what has he coached in like literally every first grade division that is possible to coach in?
Yep, you will be correct.
Yes. So as Bankstown have the ball in their defensive half, like Gabe Knowles at UNSW has done women's and men's. He's coached in. He's been around so long. He's coached in all 4 tiers, not just all 3. He's coached in at least 2 women's divisions. And I wouldn't be surprised if he coached in the women's 3rd tier as well, back when there were 3 women's tiers. As Rashudo aims one up to Urashevsky. Oh, great control, and he brings in Kamada. Kamada with the cross in-swinger and swinging in too much. Davis takes it into the breadbasket. It's about 10 minutes to go until halftime. Scoreless between Interlions and Bankstown City. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. It's Eric Subihano calling with Justin Smith. As that will run out, by the way. Actually, one more stream I forgot to plug tonight. NPL Women's New South Wales action. It's Emily Arnold's turn to draw the North Turramurra short straw tonight. She'll be calling Northern Tigers up against MacArthur Rams. And yes, in case you're wondering, wait, why isn't Annabelle Banfield calling at Northern Tigers on a Saturday night? That's because she's got the women's game currently in progress at the Village Green, UNSW versus Spirit FC. As Swiffen zings one out wide to Ward. And back to Whiffen. Pretty much every white jersey behind the ball. Good interception there from Danzo. And Danzo, that's Urashevsky, has drifted out to the far side. Has runners centrally. Tries to slide one through, and they keep the move going. There's a shot, and I think that was, who was that, Antonio in the end, possibly? But it is straight at Davis. Bankstown defenders just playing it amongst themselves. Yeah, and a chance for everyone to take a breather. We've had a pretty much breathless opening 38 minutes. Now Inter, as they look to press. Fuchs holds off his marker. That's a lovely ball to Much. Now Much keeps it this side with Kamada. Back to March, a bit of space centrally. Maybe he thought about having a shot, but instead he tries to find a teammate and it'll run through to the goalkeeper. Bankstown, they can't make it stick. So Owen Duke wants the early ball. And Duke, he's quick. He might get round the defense here. Chance for Owen Duke. And he scored. What a brilliant goal. A quick strike. And Owen Duke puts Inter 1-0 up. Justin, he's looked threatening, and he's the man to break the deadlock.
Yeah, he's looked the most likely outlet for them, hasn't he? He's got that pace and height advantage over his marker, which he used brilliantly there. Yes, and the angle was tight-ish. Certainly not the most favourable angle for would-be goal scorer, but Owen Duke winning the race to the ball over the top. He's put it in the back of the net. And there we go. Something to catch the attention of fans in this league, more specifically Northern Tigers and MacArthur Rams. Because
Bankstown trailing, but it is a very good goal from Inter that has put the home side in front. By the way, shout out to Megan tuning in, giving me a little bit of detail with one of the many other games being played in our wonderful competitions. It was Costa Petratus who scored for Spirit in NPL men's action. Gotta say, I love it when the away team scores at Cromer Park. So, as that, Chenchik with a little look over the shoulder, but that's straightforward, and you can just leave it for Davis, who will only use the gloves once he's pressured. Now, this is going to trouble our camera. Yes. Here we go. And quick word from the crowd to get it back to Bankstown. I was watching the swerve of that, Justin. Like, that looks like that's going straight for us. Yes. Actually, I just want to see what this looks like from the stream. Yes. Yes. Anyway. A little bit of a fright, although as that's a couple of headers, and now Ryan Fields will shoot. He's dipping, but not in time. Decent technique on that one, Justin. Kind of hit across it to get the side spin and a bit of dip, but not quite enough dip.
He's certainly capable of that, isn't he? Yeah. Most recent stint being in the OFC Pro League, I
yes.
believe. So.
Yep, that's right. And now Fuchs trying to use that experience to help Bankstown climb up into second spot, but there's a lot of work for them to be done. Of course, a lot of football still to be played here, not even half time, as the decision goes the way of the home side. Quick passing now, room for Fidele. He's got options either side. So he assesses and then actually does get it to James Curry in the end anyway. And swinger, Smith traps it. Will it settle for Mitchell Smith? No. Bankstown ease him away from the ball. Brillante out wide. And I think Kamada and Fuchs look to have swapped back to the starting positions on their wings. On their respective wings, Kamada on the left and Fuchs on the right for Bankstown. Here's William Mudge. Fuchs. And Chenchig gives it straight to Antonio. That's a decent ball. Fuchs. Back to Antonio. Low across the box, and as it flags up from the assistant. Not sure what for. It doesn't matter because the ball's in Davis's hand anyway. That's a good move, though, Justin, from Bankstown. And let's see what I think. What's the decision? Okay, offside was the decision in the end, so yes, got to restart with the ball from the ground. By the way, a couple of goals going around the ground, so SD Raiders appear to have scored what looks to be a consolation goal at Lambert Park. Apia still leading by 3-1 there, but there's been another goal at Cromer Park, and you can guess from the tone of my voice, Spirit have scored again. So they're leading 2-0. Now, well, it's going to be yellow. I think possibly to Whiffen, I think. A yellow card shown for delaying the restart. So it would be a first yellow card shown by the referee, Carl Davis, this evening. Now in to deliver the set piece. Up and headed away by Bankstown. Fuchs. Final minute of regulation time for the first half, and Chenchig, who's had a good shift at left back, gets in the way once again. Davis clips one. Heard the shout from James Curry, but it's good press. Much. Curry still keeps on hold of it though. Sibilio. Great ball to Ward. Cross is cleared. Jamba in the centre circle. Is there one more interchance before half-time whistle blows? Great half of football we've seen here at Majors Bay.
Yeah, I think what's notable is Inter's application. Recovering the ball.
Yes, that's right.
For a team with not much to play for. Paper.
Yep. It'd be easy if you're in Inter's league position or somewhat similar to have your head already on the beach, or whatever the saying is, but no beach thoughts at the moment for the home side, and leading by 1-0 over Bankstown. James Curry sees two defenders in front of him. Low into the middle, Smith, and it runs away from Smith and out for Bankstown.
One point Paddy Nickus made to me pre-game in conversation was how they've conceded goals in the last 20 minutes. So, in a way, if they're down 1-0, this could be a good thing mentally.
Yes.
If you're looking at the positive side for Bankstown City.
Yep. We'll force them to chase the game in the second half. Well, chase. They do have a corner as the clock ticks into the second minute of time added on before we end this opening period of play. In-swinger. And good two-handed punch from Davis, followed by the halftime whistle. It'll be Inter Lions happiest as the teams head into the dressing sheds. A goal from Owen Duke is what has given them a 1-goal lead over Bankstown City. And Justin, that was an excellent and entertaining 45 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly enjoyed it. And it's set up nicely for the second half.
It absolutely has set up nicely, so it's time for us to take a short break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Eric Subihano calling with Justin Smith for the League One Men's Match of the Round, Inter versus Bankstown City. We will see you soon. Absolutely. I know it wasn't your specific team, but that's what you get for complaining about my commentary. Hey, we've done a two-person call at North Palmyra in the rain. We can do it.
Pretty run down, but hanging in there, waiting for the season. You might recognize his name, Eric.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of people turn up around football grounds around New South Wales. Parents, kids, refs, coaches and volunteers. Cardiac incidents can happen to anyone at any time on the pitch.
Right now, not every club has a defibrillator.
And the ones that do are not always maintained or ready to use. In a critical moment, with a defib, that could save lives. That's why Football New South Wales, St John Ambulance and Toyota have come together for Every Beat Matters to help clubs around New South Wales to access defibrillators, cover maintenance and build a register so we know exactly where every unit is around the state. All you need to do is buy a ticket through Raffletix. $5 can make a difference. Every ticket goes towards funding defibrillators and maintenance for clubs that need it most. A live fundraising board shows exactly how much is being raised. And every ticket you buy puts you in the draw to win a Toyota Corolla. One ticket, real impact. Help your club be ready when it matters. So buy your ticket today.
Like, yeah, possibly. Like, Waniri spent a lot of money to stay on and stuff like that.
And then there's still things that aren't there.
Not as much as Mountain. Once, like, I was talking to a person in Zagreb, like, they was telling me there was never spending any money in season. The field was safety. Yeah. Northern Tigers from Window. They're just the same lineup as. Well, there's already been.
This is stuff I will remember.
They went up just before COVID, and I think they was the last team on club championship.
Yes,
Then there was a couple of years they played, then they took those and then they played. And then they got sold to the Bulls, who had their A-League license Bulls. Go figure. But there was when he played at Bankstown, the coach bought all these people. They got up on the tuition budget, then on guts and determination, team culture. He brought 4 or 5 guys in, stripped the culture out within about 6 weeks, and they went down.
Yeah, that's.
Those guys didn't hang around, they all pushed on to other clubs.
Yeah, one thing that.
No, that was it, yeah. That was Hills.
Yeah.
And he got this sold up. He was a leading goal scorer, and the golden boot for 2 years. And he couldn't get a run, because they brought the guy in Druid, he hardly played, 42 goals, didn't run around the field.
I remember Spirit going off. They were kept the same. So yeah,
they lost most of
just wanted to be closer to you. I'm a local.
After all these years, you have a reason to listen. It's taken a long time.
Yeah, but as I said, you get a lot more respect for that. St. George would have said
I'm a breadstick. That's the power of being a breadstick.
Nara, away from the players. All the guys in the 18s and 20s and it's like, well, I can do that. If they pull everyone in and say, well, what's the point? That's why they need a 20s is fine, but you need a 23 something 22nd, because there's too big a gap from 18 and 20s. And for 20s in first grade, we lose too many kids. Because if you've got a set first grade, that's 22 or 34. You've got a heap of time left, all those kids just disappear. Whereas you have that set,
It's not the same unless you're... Yeah. I've made this point to others. I've never regretted going to a wedding in person, even in Colby's but some of those games up at North
Oh, yes. That's right, because the women were there, the MacArthur, so I get sent there sometimes. I've gotten lucky with the women. Oh my god. Yes.
I was going to credit your composure, just keeping the camera steady there.
The worst bit is, when I look on it now, I see it in 2D,
Yeah.
whereas everybody else sees it in 3D. So I don't have a perception of how close I am. Like, oh, that's getting bigger. Boom.
But the other week at Sargo, I was like here at Penshurst, and I had to like punch the ball away to protect my bang.
Me and Nick Pop won at Wanderers a couple of years ago. We went to the street and just goes, ah! And I came like right between the two of us on a platform.
Nick. Has Nick played you the video of when he got hit in the nuts while calling futsal?
No. Not yet.
So he's calling futsal, then you just hear this, oh my god, sorry.
He showed me the other day, the other week. He's calling today now. Just as I came around the last stand, the camera operator was like, hit 30 instead of coming down the screen. So he's like, trying to watch it on the screen, but no idea.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Wow, that. Huh?
Prior?
Yeah, prior. I just assumed Molchanov, then I listened closely. Oh no, that's not Molchanov.
What was it?
Pete Pryor.
Oh.
Just don't mess it up now. I really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, Alex doesn't really yell. So it gives you a nice bit of poetry. Alliteration or something.
I think he measures it well. Like I remember calling with him the UNSW promotion game this year, where they won the league. And he conveyed excitement really well to her.
Yeah. I think sometimes you can overdo it.
You can tell the football force by their ability to do that. Bankstown former coaches not suffering.
That was your XLR cable.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, okay, so now we know. Now I know. So,
Happened last week.
yeah.
Just keep it on your foot.
Mine were doing that a few weeks ago to be super YouTube.
Oh yeah, I was treading on that.
Yeah, occasionally.
I'll give you more cake.
My cables were doing 50 kilos the other week.
Okay.
Now they're all perfect.
Yeah.
I can eliminate now. They get more of that stuff in them.
welcome back to the second half of our League One men's coverage. The match of the round for round 28 sees Interlions leading Bankstown City by 1-0 as we get ready for the second half. Eric Subihano calling with Justin Smith. We've had our time, Justin, to catch our breath after a very quickly played opening 45 minutes. Is anything in particular you're expecting for the second half?
Well, the response from Bankstown City is the first thing to watch out for in this first 15 minutes of the second half.
Yes. Carl Davies blows the whistle, second half underway. Early ball to the goal scorer for tonight, Owen Duke. I nearly called him Mitchell Duke. Owen Duke.
Well, we have enough former A-League players on the field. So.
Yeah, that is a very good point. As a smartly taken goal by Owen Duke. Inter's captain for this evening, what separates the two teams as Ward plays it forward. And then Svilagoy has been bundled over by Udosevsky, so that's a free kick for Inter. I'm just trying to see if there are any substitutions made at halftime. I don't think so, but I'll keep an eye on that for all of you tuning in at home or wherever you are. As Fideli tries a dipping shot and swerves away from the goal, out for a goal kick, but good sign of early intent there, Justin, from Inter.
Yeah, he's an awkward customer tonight. He's pushing forward out of midfield and finding space there.
And finding those pockets well is Vincent Fidele. Alex got his second ball on the field, so we got to hold that up. And now Alex gets us back on fields. Does he shepherd it? Oh no, so does he hold it up? No, he does not. And now the second ball back on the field, but we'll go on. As Maeta, great first touch with the ball slightly behind him. He plays in Kamada, cuts inside a challenge. And Kamada, does it break for him or? It does not. Doesn't break for any of his teammates. And Duke, deep inside his own territory. Out off Bankstown, but stoppage. As just check on, I think Kamada it was, who was slow to get up, but importantly, he has gotten up. Okay, let's go around the grounds for League One men's if we can, if the play lets us do so. Svilagoy with a clearance into the crowd. Crowd better keep aware. And it lands between spectators, but yes, late in the piece at Linwood Park, Blacktown Spartans 1, MacArthur Rams 0, so that holds. That's pretty much them out of the battle for the promotion playoff spot. Of interest to at least half of the fans at this game, Denser Park early in the second half, Bulls 1, Northern Tigers 0. We'll just let that result sit with all of you, as it's given away from the throw-in. Halftime at Jensen Park, Berries 2, Hakoa 1. And other games yet to kick off there. Fidele, and tried to find a teammate when there was space in front of him, as much won the 50-50 to disrupt the attack. And now Bankstown have the ball. Before it's prodded back to Davis. And Davis who plays it forward, and Smith has won the free kick. And for the third time in 3.5 minutes of the second half, the second ball on the field. You throw it back on the field, you've got to put like heaps of backspin on it so it goes back towards the fence. But anyway. Other progress scores for what it's worth. NPL Women's New South Wales action 0-0 at halftime in the Tiana Robertson Rumble, UNSW versus Spirit. As that's out of Maeta and into throw in an attacking position. Looks like they'll leave that for Malcolm Ward to restart. Svilagoy curls one. Loose ball picked up by Ward, sideways to Sibilio. Now it's Brillante. And Bankstown with some space. Fuchs is quick. He's out wide, looking for options in the middle. And Jamba not allowing him any space. It will be a Bankstown corner.
It's that man again in defense.
Yes. Brian Jamba. It's off the top. Formerly of, in this division, formerly of North Shore Mariners, Spirit and Hills United. Lots of experience for Brian Jamba. As the short option is ignored, corner goes direct into the middle and not cleared at the first try, but it will be at the second. Or maybe Inter will even try and run it out. Ball goes behind the player, but will be retrieved right in front of us by Fidele. Nice drop of the shoulder to get past Kamada. Second defender is Rashudo. Fidele still has it. Nice work there from the number 53, as he's whiffing. Duke. Option to his left. Duke keeps it centrally. Duke, and this is a bit of a breakdown in communication, but Duke hasn't given up on the cause yet. Has to be a clean tackle. Bankstown City throw. By the way, I did mention about games in NPL affecting the other half of the promotion playoff, which Bankstown City are very interested in. Well, mentioned earlier, St. George FC defeating Wanderers by 2-1 in the 3 p.m. kickoff, but potentially big things at Belmore Sports Ground in progress. Sydney Olympic leading Sydney United 58 by 1-0. That's very, very interesting in the battle at the bottom of the top division. Now Fuchs turns one defender and she wins the free kick, which Shun Maeta looks like he will take. And of course, that Olympic versus United Progress score also of big interest to RPL Leichhardt. Them leading the NPL and Sydney United 58 in second. RPL beating SD Raiders by 3-1. What do you call that? The letter derby? Kind of. Anyway, I'll explain that later. Shun Maeda delivers the set piece. It's up. Decent header. And claiming that it went over the line, but no, it wouldn't have counted anyway. As Bankstown, I think, fouling in the aerial challenge. Would you say that was, Justin?
Yeah, I would say.
Yes.
Looked like he had his hands on the back of the Inter defender.
Yes. Sibilio from behind toward, and now in space is Whiffen. Center circle will curl one to Chenchig. Whiffen again. And does he keep it going? No, it's sent forward by Much. Odorosevsky, can he hold it up? Jamba got his body in the way. We'll go back to Davis, so we start again from the back. Off forward, throwing now. Maeta with the restart. It's for the fourth time this half. The second ball has ended up on the field. Might as well keep a tally of this. Odorosevsky giving away the free kick right on halfway. Sorry, apologies. Can't see who is on the ground right now and potentially needing treatment. But Justin, you're on commentary in round 30, are you not?
Yes.
Yes. From Poppendetta Park?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So you can keep that headset for the next 2 weeks. But who are Rangers hosting in the final round?
Northern Tigers.
Oh, goodness. Yes, that's definitely one. Yep, that sounds like that'd be match of the round. Jamba plays it up towards Duke. Another good leap, and he finds Smith. Smith couldn't quite get his foot around it to direct the shot on target. Good effort, though, from Mitchell Smith scored
They're
5
not-
times this season.
They're not settling for a one-goal lead,
Oh,
are
no.
they?
Oh, no.
Into Lions, they're
Absolutely.
looking perhaps more likely in this
Yes.
in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Yes. As Alexic restarts. Now, Bankstown, and it was behind Urashevsky, who may have been offside anyway. Davis knows he can let that run out for
Given
goal
the
kick.
physicality of this one there, I would expect substitutions to be crucial.
Ah, yes. Yes. That would be... And on that note, looking at Bankstown, players like Jason Tchaikovsky or Jesse Forty, I would say there's a very high chance of seeing those two in the very near future. It's belted into one of the dugouts at about head height, so good thing no one was sitting in that seat. Ooh. And that's Brillante's pinged this time for the free kick. Or for the ping for the foul, to be more specific. 56th minute here at Majors Bay. Inter Lions leading Bankstown City by 1-0. Courtesy of Owen Duke. Outpacing a defender and finishing from a somewhat acute angle. And here's Duke. Wins it in the air, and the header will run through to Alexic. As they're going to keep trying that. Duke's won a lot of headers. Actually, as someone, as that's stopped by Chenchik, as someone who watched a lot of late 2010s NPL2, it's a bit odd for me to see Mitchell Smith chasing the flick-ons instead of dishing them out. But, I watched a lot of late 2010s North Shore Mariners. Anyway, here's Malcolm Ward. There's a lot of room for him on the near side of the field. Measures the cross and dealt with by Bankstown. Outside of the football, and once again, Jamba in the right position to get there ahead of Fuchs.
This is that time of the season there where I've been to venues multiple times. So
Yes.
can relate to that.
Yeah. Urashevsky almost got the turn past Svilagoy there, marshalled by Inter. Hang on, venues. I've ticked this off from a commentary perspective. I've been here before, but this is the first time I've called from Majors Bay Reserve. And it's up, and that'll be easy for Davis.
It's a credit to how the home side are going, but the last time I was here, it was almost a 6-pointer for relegation between Inter and Western City that day.
Yes. As that's a lovely ball for Owen Duke. In the box, but out wide, waiting for the support. Fidele. Fidele doesn't like what's in front of him. Back to Whiffen. First time ball looking for Duke as Ushkok heads away. And now Ushkok actually chased his own header to prevent a shot, I think from Whiffen. Svilagoy judges that well as it bounced off the synthetic turf. Now Ward. Svilagoy pressed. But Svilagoy, good composure, and saw the open player who was Evan Davis. He said, I think from Rashudo, good climb, especially because Rashudo is not the tallest player, but he's quite good in the air. Another good climb there from Maeta, but actually too physical. I think we'd call that in the aerial challenge. Triple sub coming up. Okay, now on the far side of the field, we'll do our best to identify these players as quick as we can. Number 6 coming off, that's Joshua Brillante. He's one of the players to make way. As is number 11, I think, Ryan Fuchs, and number 3, Shun Maeta. So I figured out the 3 players that have gone off. That's a great start. And yes, we probably should flag this advance it. The gold numbers on the white jersey, we'll try my best, but can be quite difficult to pick these out, especially on the far side of the field, but keeping an eye on the identities of the new players who've just come on. There's a good climb again, I think from Bankstown up towards Udashevsky, and will settle for him brilliantly just to keep it in play, but Jamba looks to be a favourite to that one. Jamba plays it into the Bankstown player before he does get it clear. Now prodded forward and sticky gloves for Evan Davis. It does appear. And of course, I'm hoping that players have the same number on their jersey as they do on their shorts. Not guaranteed, though, and not required according to the laws of the game, but it looks like Will Much has moved over to left back. So Jesse Fody is one of the players on, looks to be on the right side of Bankstown's attack. And meanwhile, on the right side of Inter's attack is Duke, who slips. That's unfortunate for him. Now Kamada back to goal. Ward pressing high. And then Sibilio tumbles and will win the set piece.
Oh, more changes just to make the equation more difficult.
That's good, because I hadn't even figured out the first three. So, is that Chenchig jogging towards the sideline? Heel. Yeah. Good shift from Chenchig at left back. I'm not surprised to see him withdrawn after about an hour. But as you said earlier, it's been a very physical game, very fast-paced game. Fullbacks do a lot of running, so perhaps Nick Pareka deciding it's the time for fresh legs. As in-swinging free kick. By the way, Thomas Dobierski, number 23 for Inter, he's on to replace Alessio Chenchig. Sibilio. Now Ward first time ball, which goes up into the night sky. Decent leap there, and chasing it is Duke. Good proactive goalkeeping from Alexic. Speaking of proactive, here's Jamba. And he'll continue. Might as well join the attack now. Jamba stayed forward. As a runner centrally, lifts it forward for Fidele. Keeps it in play. It's up, and Alexic catches. 63rd minute here, into 1, Bankstown City 0. Eric Subihano calling with Justin Smith. Hope you're enjoying League One men's match of the round coverage for round 28, the third to last round. Now overlapping run there. Cross goes out. It is a corner. Yes. Oh, this reminds me. You get to use one of my penultimate words. That's the word. One of my favorite words for your next preview. Penultimate. Second to last round.
Yep. Thanks for doing some of my work on Tuesday.
Yeah, you're good. Yes, I always struggle doing previews, so I like to help out wherever I can. Short corner this time for Bankstown. Now it's played into the middle and away by Stobierski. There's Kamada. Does he go direct? He does. Tall play still up after the set piece. Who does it break for? Doesn't break for Ushkok. Couldn't outmuscle the defender. Back into the middle. Let it bounce, and then not quite best clearance, and that's definitely a clearance from Fidele. And it's actually, you know what? Decent punch from that spectator. Back onto the field to play. He wants to keep the pace of play up as well. By the way, I thought I saw a 16 for Bankstown. Oh, finally, I've got 2 out of that triple sub. That number 16 for Bankstown would be Alexander Voznenovic. As the ball trickles out of play. And, yes, Jeffrey Issa.
Probably the longest serving player at the club.
In the league, I reckon, as well. I'd expand that, because he was already a well-established player at Bankstown City before I started covering the league in 2019. So yes, Jeffrey Issa on it right back for Bankstown, with William Much moving over to left back. And Paninikas deciding to bring on a defender, a midfielder, and a forward. That kind of makes sense. Handball call gone against Bankstown there. Hey, want to hear a joke, Justin? Manly United turned up to Cromer Park 4-0. It's Manly 0, Spirit 4. It's up. Duke wins another header. And decent, actually I'd say better than decent work. Under pressure by Smith there. Got the turn and the shot away, but always sailing high and a little bit wide. And then Bankstown wanted to get on with it, but as James Curry, who was down on the synthetic trophies, back on now, and Carl Davis just making sure because this actually needs. Did you see what happened? Just needs to chat to Vozdenovic and Curry. Not a brief chat though. Okay. Yeah. Now we can get back underway. It's up. And, great first touch from Kamada. Tries to get round Ward, second. And, he almost beat the second defender. Svilagoy had to get that spot on, and he did. Bushcock is into backing off a little bit. Kamada floats one up, and now it's with Vozdenovic. And Svilagoy's had enough of that. Smith tries best to win the header. A couple of shouts, but nothing being given by the ref. Stobierski, a newly introduced player, good physicality there, and he won the free kick. Also, go now. That's another player, Thomas Whiffen. We'll have another breather because Whiffen might just be. It's a long season, so 68th minute of round 28. Understandable that a cramp would need some stretching. Hope it doesn't look to be too bad. The physio is on. We'll take this break to what have I not plugged? Yes, the NPL women's action for this weekend. I've already talked about 2 games that are scheduled for tonight. 5 games in NPL Women's New South Wales to be played tomorrow, starting 3 p.m. down on the South Coast. Illawarra Stingrays hosting RPL Leichhardt. And their captain, my good friend Ashley Letter, who is leading the Golden Boot standings and is 14 goals ahead of second place. 27 place 13 there. And also 10 p.m. from the Arctic Circle, Gladesville Ravens hosting my friends from Hills United, and 3 women's games in NPL at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Western Sydney Wanderers hosting Sydney University. That's the match of the round, and I'll be calling that one. So I've got a trip to Rudy Hill tomorrow, also at 5 p.m. tomorrow in the women's comp. Manly hosting Bulls, as well as Rangers hosting Olympic. And thank you, Justin, an experienced live score app operator just as I am, and there's been an equaliser at Adensa Park. It's now Bulls 1, Northern Tigers 1. Another twist in the promotion playoff battle. No. Fidela can't make it stick. Into trying the left side. I think that's Whiffen, who's back up and running. Out off Bankstown for a throw. By the way, also an equaliser at Jensen Park. It's now Berries 2, Harkoa 2.
Sounds like an end of season League One men's game, that one.
Yes. Looks like we're about to see a long throw hurled into the middle. Good header from Ushkok to defend. Sent away by Bankstown. Just about a shade over 20 minutes of regulation time remaining in a game that's very much in the balance. There's Kamada with another nice touch and room to run. So he'll run at Ward. To the left. Ward chasing. Clips it up. Stands it up to the back stick and it sails away and out for a goal kick.
He's looking the most likely to create Kamada
yes, he does, yeah,
for
and,
Bankstown City in the second half.
That's a very good point, Justin. And, yeah, well, the one-on-one battle went okay for Inter that time, but, I mean, I'm no coach, but I would be trying to double up on Kamada as often as possible if I was Inter, because he is very, very fast. Davis into opposition territory. Defended in the air by shooters. There's a nice flick from Fidele. Bit of head tennis. Now Smith. And there you go. Throw in one by Much. Plays it off Fidele. And we're going to have a substitute. Ah, that's all right. Just the one sub this time. This should be okay for me. And by Antonio, I think he's got the signal. So he jogs off the field and doesn't want to waste a second more than he has to. So that's substitution number 4 for Bankstown.
I assume it's Jason Kukowski. So
yes. So if we see a 19...
if it's like for like, that's
yes, that's right. I would. That would be my most likely candidate of the players still on the bench. Bankstown throw in. Big hurl from Much towards Kamada. Yeah, there we go. They do double up on him. Much. Does he go for distance? Nope, time to warm up the shoulders. Here we go. Headed away by Inter. And then that's very, very much away from danger. And the extended arm out from Alexic. Just to signal to his teammates that he has the situation under the control. Oh, I almost saw the jersey number on the new player. It looked like a 19. But as it's played forward to Vozdenovic. And away.
It is worth watching out for Bankstown's increased aerial threat off the bench as well.
Yes.
With the introductions.
Yeah.
So set pieces could be a route to goal here.
Yes. It's like deep into stoppage time at Linwood Park. Still Spartans leading the Rams by 0-0. Apparently a red card to Spartans. Well, I mean, to be honest, if you were going to get a red card, this particular situation is actually okay for them. Does it run all the way through? It's a shot which trickles, and Davis falls gratefully on the ball.
Round 30 was second red card of the season.
Yes. Yeah. So what did... If it's like something like a Y7, 2 yellow cards, and it's the player's first red card of the season, then that's okay for whoever that individual from Spartans is. Kamada whips one in. It's flat and it's not dealt with at the first attempt, but it falls right in the feet of Brian Jamba, who deals with the danger. 74th minute here at Majors Bay. Into 1 at Bankstown City 0. Owen Duke has put Inter in the advantageous position, but if you've been following this league for any decent length of time, you'll know this league, collectively, teams come and go. It loves a late goal. It loves a lot of late goals, actually. So,
yeah, and they're just starting to assert pressure, Bankstown.
Yes, they are. And 16 minutes plus stoppages, that's a lot. That's a long time to park the bus, especially given the intensity in which we've seen this game be played and given what we expect the intensity to be like as Bankstown chase and equalise. Actually, to be honest, why not chase a winner as well while you're at it? Tumble off the ball. Sorry, fam, I've got no chance of seeing what happened there. Kamada, right foot across this time. There's a header and safe hands from Davis. Great climb there from Jesse Foti. Escaped the defense. But Davis showing why he's the starting goalkeeper for Inter. it's a bit of a rush of blood to the head. In fact, that ball might have gone, it's gone over the big fence. So all the best to whichever club official has to to retrieve that at the end of the game.
Is it a softball or baseball field over there?
Great question. I mean, probably both.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's anything like, we just got rogue venue chat here. It's late in the game, but if it's anything like Blacktown International Sports Park, like where you turn when you're trying to go to Spartans, but you turn the wrong way off Eastern Road. It's those. My understanding is you can kind of use them for both.
Yeah.
Because it's more about the size of the ball, not the size of the field. I mean, don't take that as gospel, by the way. I'm no softball or baseball expert. I mean, some people would say I'm not a football expert either. As by the way. So, by the way, thanks to Megan, longtime supporter of our streams, tuning in once again. A Kos Petrados hat-trick at Cromer Park. So, also, did I have this discussion with you? If you score a hat-trick in NPL or Football New South Wales leagues, do you keep the match ball? Because that's definitely the custom in a full-time pro com. But, see. I'll say just give it to him. It's near the end of the season anyway. Now, vital foot in there, possibly from Sibilio. Bankstown corner kick. Yes, there we go. KPI met. Cannot remember the last time I called a game of football without a set piece being held up for 6-yard box shenanigans. Actually, to be fair, 77th minute, that's longer than I would have expected.
Yep. Particularly at this intensity as well.
Yes. Yeah. There we go. Hang on, in fact, we'll have a bit more of a talking to from Carl Davis. Just adds to the tension. Now, here we go. Great curl on the ball, tumble at the far post. And Bankstown have conceded the free kick. By the way, full time at Linwood Park. They were down to 10 players, but no big deal for them. Spartans beat Rams by 2-0. Still 1-1 between Bulls and Northern Tigers. And there we go. So, the physio is on, so we're going to have a stoppage once again. So it's Dobierski, is it, who's down?
It's a 22 or 23.
Yes, and well spotted. And because I don't think there is a 22 on the team sheet, then we can deduce there's Thomas Dobierski, player that was subbed on in the second half. Those are actually, no, 22 is Antonio Caruana, but he's not on the field because Dobierski's the only player that's come on for Inter. Did I miss a sub? Oh, it's normal. That's normal for me. Oh, so Caruana is on the field.
Yeah,
welcome.
When we were discussing whether it's a baseball.
Oh, yes, there we go, yes. If you're new to my commentary, that happens all the time. So, yes, Caruana. So, Antonio Caruana would be the second sub that Intercoach Nick Porreca has made this evening. There he is, straight into the action. Stopped by Rashudo. Header from Curry. Duke got goal side. And the decision goes Inter's way. It's a red card for Tomislav Ushkok. So Bankstown down to 10 players. It's ruled to be denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Bankstown a goal down. And now a player down as well for the remainder of this game.
think the player who came off was Fidele.
Fidele? Yes, given where in the brief bit of time I've been aware of his presence on the field, Caruana is playing, that would make sense. That looks like midfielder for midfielder. Now, where's Thomas Whiffen? Yes, looks like he's taken dead ball responsibilities. He went close with one set piece in the first half from almost exactly the same position relative to the goal, it has to be said. Now we're right behind the ball to see what Thomas Whiffen will do with this latest free kick. He's going to measure out his run-up. Here we go. It's over the wall, and it's in! What a goal from Thomas Whiffen. An unstoppable free kick into lead by 2-0. And Justin, a magical strike, and exactly what Inter needed.
Indeed, he went close with his first effort over the wall.
Yes.
And practice makes perfect.
Yeah,
and the
he
second
goes.
time, he finds the top corner.
He got a sider in the first half. He learned, he figured out what he did slightly wrong, and he's got it absolutely spot on. Would you believe that? That's his first goal of the season. And Thomas Whiffen, clearly a man with a sense of occasion. A big game. And a team on the cusp of 3 valuable points against a team that's flying high in the division in front of our cameras, and he's stuck at top bins from 30 yards.
I think that's staking his claim for set-piece duties in the future.
Yes,
as well.
I think that will be. I think that is an argument for the rest of Inter. With respect to all of you, that's not really an argument worth having for basically the rest of the season. And Kamada. I think Ward got a toe in there to at least slow him down. In fact, in fact, last touch off Kamada as well. So Inter throw-in. Ward, short throw back to Duke. And now Ward, first time forward. Played up by Much. Decent jump from Rashevsky there as Danzo keeps it alive. Kamada, that's a neat flick up. Oh, that's good inventiveness from Bankstown. Kamada fakes, then delivers the cross away by Svilagoy. Corner kick. Got to say, not that I'm great at predictions. Just looking at Inter bench. With this game situation, Stephen Athanasaris, who is a very, very, very large man, there's now a reasonable chance of him coming on as Inter try to see out the game. At least if I remember who it is correctly.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure he's.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if he's coming off an injury or something.
Yes, yeah.
Which might limit that
Yes, that's
opportunity.
right. Yes, that is true. He's on the bench. It is the 84th minute, so I mean. There's still a chance. Inter still do have 1 sub window left and a maximum of 3 subs that they could potentially make. As in the distance, and as Ward begins to sit up in the distance, 20s players are warming up. We like this, Justin. It used to be. I remember back when most of the games were Saturday 7 p.m., but we like first grade being at 5 p.m. when it's not as cold.
Indeed.
Should become the standard. I mean, pretty much almost is the standard. That I would appreciate applying that same logic to other comps, particularly NPL women's. That's a comp that needs more earlier kickoffs. As the corner comes in from, I think, Tchaikovsky, the captain Duke heads away, first time strike, and that's sailing into the synthetic warm-up area behind the goal to our left. Another potential option to bring on for Inter, just Michael Manwan, like to approach defending a lead in a different way, just have pace up front to try and push the opponent back. But we shall see if Nick Pareka makes either of those changes I've theorized. As Duke can't make it stick. Rashudo, Danzo clips one out to Issa. Urashevsky. Now that's will be cleared by Svilagoy. Urashevsky again loops one up for Kamada. Tries to resume his battle with Ward, but Svilagoy's had and enough of that. 86th minute here. Can Bankstown score a goal to give us a proper dramatic finish here? Nice ball from Smith, though. He's in to try to take it the other way with Antonio Caruana. He's got two players with him. Smith leaves it. Owen Duke. Back to Smith. And Bankstown get the white jerseys back in time. Cleared only as far as Ward. There you go, and they settle it down with a pass back to Jamba.
It's been a feature of tonight's game, the ability of really both sides, but Inter Lions in particular, to recover the ball.
Yes.
After losing it.
Yeah, it's like, what is that? It's like, some coaches really believe in that. That's a good point. 6 seconds, what they say. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your best chance to retrieve it is 6 seconds after you've just lost it. It does take a lot of energy to play like that, though, as we've seen. And both teams, credit to both teams for, the intensity they brought to tonight's game. Caruana plays it out wide. Now, cross. Duke with the header. Here's Smith with the acrobatics and the contact he wanted. There we go. Now, every little misstep from the opponents being cheered by Inter. They know they're close. They're very close to doing the league double of Bankstown City.
It is worth noting they haven't conceded as well in the two meetings.
Yes, correct. It's ahead, yep. After a 3-0 win at Jensen Park in round 13. It's another excellent performance against the other team named Lions. Oh yes, very, very end of season League One men's game going on at Jensen Park. Berry's now leading Huckhole by 4 goals to 2. That sounds about right. As
we do say that, but Berries do have.
As there's a header and great cross from Ward.
Berries do have Kunis chasing the golden boot.
Oh yes.
So
well,
be interesting to see if he's scored any tonight.
William Kunas, yes, that would be. Because he is chasing Aiden Kara. To be honest, he's basically the only player in this league that's gotten close to Aiden Kara all season. I think Kara, going into this game, Aiden Kara on 21 goals for Spartans and Kunas was on 20. Yep. Yes. Okay, well, play underway at Rydalmere. At Rydalmere Park, by the way, potentially a bit controversial, but I'll stand by this. Best canteen in all of the state leagues, Rydalmere Park. And however, Prospect have scored an early goal. There was 12 minutes played in that one. Prospect leading Rydalmere by a goal to 0. That's of interest to the battle at the bottom of League One men's, with the Rangers set to kick off against Hills at 7 p.m. And now, free kick in favour of Bankstown. Is it not taken from the right spot? Or?
Rolling ball.
Yes, yeah, that's... Jamba covering and off his forehead, out for a corner. Tiger still drawing 1-0 with balls deep into stoppage time there at Adensa Park. And now everyone back for Inter. Lots of people forward for Bankstown. Another in-swinger, and it's off an Inter head. I'm pretty confident, yeah. Actually, listening out, the refs are mic'd up, and so AR2 signaling off blue, telling So another corner. And Tchaikovsky hurrying it from one side of the field over to the other. So he can take this latest corner. He signals, Tchaikovsky delivers, and still up for grabs. And then the person grabbing it is Evan Davis to defuse the situation. And they're now into stoppage time. Smith, so runner ahead of him, and Smith going for a try from a long way out. Easily caught by Mario Alexic. Now, free kick. Now, Nick Pereka wants to make a substitution. He wants to make 3 substitutions, it looks like. Very much trying to stop any momentum Bankstown might have had. Well, I see James Curry and Mitchell Smith walking off the field. No goals for either, but a productive shift for both, it has to be said. And Patrick Sabilio, the third player to be withdrawn. So,
talking about productive shifts.
Yes.
Sabilio has been influential against
very good shift. And yes, Michael Manwan, one of the players to come on as the set piece comes in. Good header. Duke once again. He's been prominent in attack. He's been prominent in these defensive situations as well. Michael Manwan tries to slow down the Bankstown set piece a little bit. Thought I saw a 26 would be Daniel Sramek is on as well. In these dying moments for Inter, they're almost home. But first, this set piece, decent ball. There's the header, and it's off target. And we're into the 3rd minute of time added on here. Well, it's full time at Adensa Park, so and one more point for Northern Tigers, so 1-1 draw with Bulls. And it looks to be one more point than their promotion playoff rivals.
I was going to say that takes them 3 clear of Bankstown if the results remains the same, and they've got a superior goal difference as well.
11 better than Bankstown, if I remember correctly.
Well, from tonight.
Oh, no, I've added it on.
Okay.
I think it's 11.
Cool.
Oh, no, sorry, 12. Anyway, Caruana tries to get around Gvozdenovic. It's prodded back to the keeper, and Alexic clears.
It gives us a chance to promote next week's match of the round as well now.
Please do so.
That's Northern Tigers. A win will get them the playoff, basically.
Yep, with the goal difference situation it is. Here we go.
Against MacArthur Rams. So.
Yes. Who lost this today to the Spartans, and they're pretty much out. They're almost certainly out. They've only got mathematical chances, I think, now left of finishing in second to MacArthur Rams. It's been a good season for them nonetheless. Svilligoy challenges in the air. Now, can anyone from Bankstown find a shot? The shooter has a shot blocked.
At the risk of spoiling what's going to come in a season review that we usually have to write, it is a testament that their pack has caught up to the top.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yep.
There's not much between a lot of teams here
yes.
in this league.
Yeah. By the way, have fun writing about the game at Jensen Park. Berry's leading 4-3 over Hark Orange. It's stoppage time. Now, Duke wins the header. Caruana running beyond. It's a tight-ish angle. He shoots and sends one into the fence. Just a little bit of bend off the outside of his boot as he was under pressure. And we're well into stoppage time now. By the way, Cromer Park, I think this is the first time Spirit have scored 4 goals in a game all season. That is, given that Manly were entered this one in 5th, that's a surprise. Lurashevsky. Options in front of him, curling ball, and Davis well off his line. Plays it to safety. Now, he'll need to get it back on his line quickly, I suspect, although, there you go, that's that point you made earlier. Justin Inter quick to win the ball back after they've lost it. And I think Manwan's won the free kick also. But that is that. And Inter Lions have shown plenty of pride tonight. And this is a performance they'll look back on with quite a bit of fondness. They defeated Bankstown City by 2-0. Owen Duke scoring in the first half. And then a wonderful free kick from Thomas Whiffen, who gave the home side their second. And Justin, I thoroughly enjoyed calling with you once again, and we saw a very entertaining game.
Yeah, indeed. Intercoach has expressed he wants to set the team up for next year.
Yes.
In particular, as one of their goals towards the end of the year.
Yes.
And on the quality they showed tonight, they could well be a team to think about in the 2027 competition.
Yes. Of course, we've got to finish the 26 competition as well. And of course, I'm sure there'll be a few more twists and turns before this season is done. It's self-promotion time before we get out of here. One last reminder, keep an eye out on the NPL New South Wales Facebook page for Justin Smith's review of League One Men's Round 28. We anticipate that will be finished Sunday or published Sunday evening. And as for myself, I'm calling the NPL Women's New South Wales Match of the Round tomorrow, 5 p.m. from Rudy Hill, Western City Wanderers versus Sydney University. Hope to have your company then. But it's time to get out of here. So on behalf of Justin Smith, our camera operator Gavin, Football New South Wales and our broadcast partner Sportscast, Eric Subihano signing off from Majors Bay Reserve. Hope you enjoyed what you saw tonight. Hope to have your company soon again on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. The final score from Majors Bay is Inter Lions 2, Bankstown City Lions 0. Good night.